Hey Cloud Cadets, it's Roger, it's King Nimbus, and today, if y'all didn't hear, this season, it's the summer of Supergirl. So I got a little summer of Supergirl Saturday special for y'all, so let's get into it. As always, I am reviewing on a 1 to 5 cloud scale. I am King Nimbus, so I am using clouds. And I got my lovely reviews on the screen behind y'all, so I'm not peering over your shoulder, I am simply looking at my reviews. So let's get into it. First up for the Summer of Supergirl Saturday special, we got Supergirl issue 1. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 clouds. As for first issues, it set a baseline pretty well. We got an idea of Kara's normal routine and what she's been getting herself into. I'm down for the imposter plot, but I'm curious how long it can honestly last. I have heard some pretty good stuff about this current run. I've heard it's very wholesome, it's pretty lighthearted. So I may actually look at getting maybe a trade paperback of it, or maybe a few of the arcs. I'm a little unsure. I may just have to go get the pieces of it. Who really knows? But for Supergirl issue 1, 3.5 out of 5 clouds. Next up on the Supergirl Saturday special, we got Supergirl Survive issue 1. So this is a Elseworld story in which both Kara and lovely Kal-El get sent off at the same time in the same ship. So I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 clouds. As for first issues, we got a great introduction to this version of the super person Krypton story. I loved the art, their depiction of their society, the character interactions, y más. I do feel I wanted a bit more overall to this first issue, but I'm being a bit greedy probably. So it is what it is. So 4 out of 5 clouds for Supergirl Survive issue 1. Next up on our Supergirl special, we got Supergirl Survive issue 2. Look at all these Lobo gang members. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 clouds. This was an awesome second issue. The art continues to kick ass. I loved seeing the intergalactic sheriffs appear. Wink wink, I'm not gonna say exactly who for spoiler reasons. I'm super interested in this incarnation. The action was so cool. The dynamic of the team. The ending panel, absolute fire. It was insane. In theory, it also makes a lot of sense too for what I'm saying. I'm not gonna give, like I said, spoilers, but the ending panel was beautiful, and I'm really hyped to see some artist renditions of it. So for Supergirl Survive issue 2, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 clouds. Good second issue. Now, on this Saturday of Supergirl, we got the Summer of Supergirl special issue 1. We got this cool cover that very much is reminiscent of the movie. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 clouds. This was an awesome ride. It not only had a few different stories of Supergirl, but also helped explain her backstory, even with retcons and such. I loved seeing the art change to fit the story. I will say I enjoyed seeing a style close to the 90s, but I also got reminded by my middle stance with the style. I don't really love the 90s a ton for certain heroes and certain series from that time frame, but it was kind of nice to see it again, if I'm being honest. So overall, for the Summer of Supergirl special issue 1, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 clouds. It just had something for everybody, honestly, and it had a really good setting for how it decided to explain Supergirl's backstory, including maybe retcons you may have heard that maybe are no longer canon, or maybe things that are canon now that maybe weren't a long time ago. It was really fun. So 4.5 out of 5 for Miss Supergirl special issue 1. From here, I will be getting into some of the longer books that I got of Supergirl over this last month or two, so it will be a bit of a yap, so be prepared. I'm about to go off. Now, I may be a bit of a kind reviewer, maybe a bit lenient, but for Supergirl The World, I gave this 5 out of 5 clouds. This was a great anthology of the Maiden of Might. While I didn't love every single aspect of some of the stories, along with feeling some stories, in my opinion, worked better for me overall, or maybe overall that I just kind of enjoyed them more, I still very much enjoyed every story in this book. I still feel that regardless of maybe biases or what you're looking for in comics, very much like her male counterpart Superman, or even other superheroes like Wonder Woman, or even Batman or Nightwing, what the character represents, what she does in each story, whether it's just the art style, whether it's the action, or whether it's what she's doing to inspire others, I feel there's something for everybody here, which is overall something I'm always looking for, especially with an anthology. The art varied, which only worked to help highlight the culturally different interpretations of Ms. Kara Zor-El. The stories varied as well, some acting as good mirrors, that's a reference to one, or even moments for Kara to properly review and assess who she is, what she wants, and how she can help the current problem that she was like kind of stuck in. Along with this, it helps focus on different themes and aspects of Kara's like very complex character, whether she was helping inspire a young girl or keep a sacred idol safe from thieves that are trying to pillage it. These interpretations also offered a wide view of Kara's like entire character, lending her to old and new audiences alike, regardless of maybe if you had only found her through the CW show, or maybe if you'd only seen her through the new movie that came out this year. Like I said, this wide view of Kara really does lend herself to like everybody. While many of these stories may not be considered canon, I do like to think this is a great collection of who Supergirl represents. Someone looking to belong and help out her home, wherever or whoever that maybe kind of looks like. P.S. I'm also considering more than a few stories canon now though, because these stories really do, like I said, just kind of offer a fun view as to who Kara represents to many people and many of her fans. So like I said, for Supergirl, The World, I gave this 5 out of 5 clouds, because it was just not only a breath of fresh air, but it was super fun, and it really does offer, I think, something for everybody. Now, last, but definitely not least, in our Supergirl Saturday special, we got Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, specifically my trade paperback version that I got recently. This is what they adapted for the movie Supergirl, roughly. It is more of an adaptation than it is like a direct hard remake or like, you know, creation, I should say. But for this specific like trade paperback, I gave this 5 out of 5 clouds. This was an amazing story. It not only depicted the complexity of Kara, her trauma, how she has used it to fuel her, along with her restraint. The art was just simply amazing. The story of Ruthie and Kara's odyssey to find Krem is both heartwarming and bittersweet at many times. While I really enjoyed the movie adaptation, I do see how this story had a very unique way of explaining these monstrosities the brigands do, seeing the destruction whether through just violence or a mix of coercion and manipulation. Krem, when he first is brought into the brigands, you know, if you've read it, or I'm not going to spoil it, when he is first brought in, it's very different. He's not a leader like we see in the movie. He is brought in and then he slowly moves his way up because he's just kind of a horrible person. Now, along with this, with how Supergirl just tries her best to bring hope to these decimated places and people, I think is what really shines as to who her character is and what she does represent. She just tries her best to make a better of a worse situation, and honestly, that is, I think, at the heart of what these very much super characters are. So, for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, I gave it 5 out of 5 clouds. I hope y'all enjoyed this summer of Supergirl Saturdays special. I know a lot of S's, a lot of S's. So, if you didn't smile for my little video, I hope you guys smile sometime today, and have a great day. Later. Bye.